feelings hurt. Read this.
Well, hello there. And
Hey.
welcome to another episode of Karmanline Short Review.
Karman Short Review?
Coming to you live from Payman's Void.
101, we're a school now.
Yep, episode 101.
This is episode
We're
101.
going to take you to school. We're going to school you up.
Where's this place?
This is Payman's Void, and this is the only place where you can watch three cursed filmmakers reviewing your short films. Short films made by you guys, the filmmaking public. So what are we watching today?
We're watching Gary from Accounting, directed by Daniel
Lofaso.
That's
Lofaso?
it. You got it.
Lofaso.
You got it.
Lofaso.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. That's it.
Dan L.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. There's a link in the description to watch the movie,
Got
so
it.
go check it out.
Let's. Got it.
And go.
Got it.
Go. And first impressions,
First
go.
impressions. Okay. So this is our first impressions of the movie. What you think, Taylor?
Oh, what I think?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of this movie. I thought it was a good idea for a movie. I think it didn't have a beginning at all. I felt like I needed a scene where we saw our main character at work get the email that he was invited and then come here, because it was kind of weird to get that through exposition in a line. And other than that, I thought it was a cool idea. It was kind of funny. I guess I just wish it was a little bit more fleshed out. I wish it was set up more. I just miss a whole beginning, you know? Yeah. And, yep, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Hard disagree. Yep.
There's a
Dang.
beginning?
Yes, and I liked it.
No, it doesn't start.
It
There
did start.
is no beginning.
No,
It never-
started.
it
It
never
doesn't
started.
It
start.
started
It
in a
never
way
started.
that I liked. I actually followed what was happening really, really well at the beginning, and I thought they chose a very creative way to reveal what had happened without doing what you suggested they needed to do. What surprised me was Tim's character barging in, like right after that,
Yeah.
being like, "I'm here and I'm drunk and I'm angry."
Yeah.
Where I was expecting more people to show up. Like
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be a gathering of more people, and that as each person who's more intimately related to this person comes in, Gary becomes more and more the awkward one in the scenario, which didn't happen either. But first impressions, funny idea. Second impression, am I allowed to do second impression?
This is first
No.
impressions.
Only first?
No.
Just first.
Okay, funny idea. That's it.
Okay,
That's it. That's all you got.
Wait, can I do two first impressions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Tied for first.
Okay.
good.
Boy, I felt like the camera guy just didn't know what to do here.
Yeah, well,
Like for a lot of this movie.
like this shot in particular.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm stuck behind them," and we can't ask him to do a second take, so here we go. But yeah,
Yeah.
Go.
My first impressions. I like you really like the idea for the movie.
but there's three of us.
Oh, well, like him.
Why don't you like the way I like the idea?
I guess. I really did like this idea a lot. I don't agree that it didn't have a beginning, per se. But
It doesn't have a beginning.
it does.
Hey, that's like your opinion, man.
No, it's not.
I-
It's a fact.
I got bored in probably around where the meat was about to take place. Where
Yeah,
all
it's
the
like
conflict.
the joke was spent already.
Yeah.
And that's something we've seen in a lot of short films where it's
Yeah.
like, I got a clever idea. And usually we have the same response to those films. We say, hey, that was a clever idea.
Right.
But usually it's like, hey, set up, punchline, and now,
Right.
like this movie could have ended like 3 beats after Tim's character showed up.
It could be.
It
Yeah.
could have been like, oh, and Gary from Accounting's here.
Well, what I liked about it was when Gary started giving like points. I was like, oh, he's gonna be the actual one that changes everything. That's gonna be
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
But then it never seemed to actually matter. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was maybe the guy who played Gary. Maybe it was his acting that just didn't do it for me or something. I never bought that he was actually making changes. To Tim's character. Nathan. His name's Nathan.
Yeah, I think when Gary started getting into like this like when he vents, when he
Yeah.
has his scene where he like vents all the stuff he's been frustrated about.
Yeah.
he became a different character.
It did
And it didn't
seem like
fit.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Up
didn't
to that
understand
point
at
when
all.
he was just this like guy who's just like, I don't belong here. I thought he did great.
Right.
I thought he was really good.
Right. Yeah, my favorite part was when that part right here. This weird camera shot. This part. Where he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go."
Yeah.
I was like, that was it.
Gary shouldn't have even known that he was an alcoholic. He
Yeah.
should have been like, "Oh, I didn't know you were an alcoholic."
Right. Right.
I love the idea.
Yeah, I love the idea.
Shall we move on to our first category?
First category, ideas.
Again, cinematography is our first one. So I really like this category, but not so much for this film. Because
Okay, but explain what's missing here for what you really look
shot
for.
choice is really what's missing here.
The intention.
What it seems like here is that we have a person who had the idea for the story and then decided to just film it. Although it's kind of weird because Tim's in it, who is like a big actor. So
Yeah.
Huge.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, but it just kind of seemed like the camera was just floating around. It was just kind of like someone who said, "Hey, we take the camera and just capture it," right? And that's what happened here. It didn't seem like there was much thought put into the shot process.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly the problem. And so you can tell the camera's reacting to them
Right.
instead of being a part of the storytelling team.
Right.
So it almost has a feel of like a documentarian is there.
Maybe that's what they were going for.
Yeah,
It
but
definitely has like a oneer kind of feel, like almost like the whole movie was supposed to be one shot, where it's all floaty and steady cam stuff.
yeah, like
Maybe
a
it was supposed to be like
running
more
gun feel.
like The Office.
But
or,
I just wish if you're going to do that, I feel like you have to embrace it a little more.
yeah,
It's just not quite there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This felt kind of claustrophobic. Like the cameraman was a character who couldn't
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah. And was stuck right behind Tim's head. And boy, some fill light would go a long ways here.
Well, since it's always handheld, it does seem like they were going for that aesthetic. And then they had these odd close-ups every now and then.
So did the children have a cue of when they were supposed to come and join the intervention?
It looks like it, yeah. Yeah, you know what was funny is I like when they're just there for the rest of it,
Yeah.
and then they just inexplicably disappear right there.
Oh my god.
Creepy kids. It should be noted the kids did do a good job of delivering their lines.
Yeah,
Yes.
Which
they did.
is again always hard to do,
That's
always
really hard
worth
to do.
commending
yeah.
when kids do what you want them to.
Right.
That's just great.
I don't think the kids really look like Tim at all, but
Oh my gosh. Are you suggesting
Tim's wife cheated on him.
no
Not Tim's
wonder-
wife, Nathan's wife cheated
No
on him.
wonder he's drinking.
That's why.
Ah, yeah.
See, you had to read into it.
Gotcha. This is an interpretive film.
This interpretive film.
Homewrecker.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
The film's not about him, it's about her.
It's terrible.
This is
No.
this is bad.
It's about a disease.
This Gundersons.
It's about Gundersons.
Wait.
Okay. Anyway.
Do we have an extended universe here? Do other films play into other films?
Yes.
Cinematography? You have something?
The Tim Cox cinematic universe.
Do you have something? Oh my god.
Oh,
Do you have something to say about the cinematography?
I think it was mostly well lit. I like the lighting most of the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was ever intentional either. Not that it has to be. I guess. I don't
No,
know.
It doesn't have to be.
Doesn't
Something doesn't have to be intentional for you to like it.
no.
mm,
No, that's. I'm not going to go into it. Not going to go into the weird word of intention and what it means and what it doesn't mean.
but it's our favorite topic.
It is.
That's all we ever talk about.
Do you want to do it? I'll do it.
You know what's in this
I'll
can?
do it. Don't you dare.
You
I'll
know
do
what's
it.
in this can? Worms.
Liquefied Furby.
It's filled with worms. I'm gonna open it.
Cut your
You're gonna cut your hand.
Can of worms.
It's opened.
Open.
Where?
I actually already ate the worms.
Do you have another category?
No, he opened the can of worms.
Oh, really?
Intent.
Here we go.
Intent is when I say that the lighting here didn't seem to be intended, what I mean is that the person who's filming It feels like they were just using natural light just because, not of an intentional decision, saying that this film is now going to use natural light because I like it this way, but more like, I'm not thinking about lighting, I'm just going to film it, and we should properly expose it. And that's what happened.
How can you know that?
I don't know that. That's a
Can't know anything,
hypothesis.
but we are good at
That's
guessing.
an educated guess.
Our guesses are almost always right. They actually are.
But something can be unintentional and you can still like it.
Well, sure.
Yes, that's a different point, though.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the point I made, though.
I mean, the Statue of
That's not the
Liberty
point
was
that I
an
made, though.
accident. And I think Statue of Liberty is awesome.
I do too.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't intended, though.
Nature's beautiful.
Nature's not intended.
I know, but it's beautiful.
So that doesn't make any sense.
What are you, an atheist?
Nature doesn't make any sense. I don't believe in payment.
What the?
I don't.
Isn't he like right over there?
Put up your lightning rod, D. Put up your lightning rod.
What's our next topic?
That's your job.
You tell me,
Guess I gotta get it out.
curator.
Writing?
The makers of this program would like to interrupt this program to talk about their other programs. Go D.
If you happen to be a filmmaker and you've made a short film and you want to hear us talk about it, you can submit it to us via the link in the description.
And if you love what you are seeing here and want to dive deeper into making better movies, you need to join us at our Facebook group, The Karmanline Cult. There, we have daily discussions about filmmaking, we have weekly live streams, and all kinds of other cool cult-like activities.
And now back to the program.
What do we have to say about writing?
I have a lot to say
Probably,
about writing.
I would say it's probably the brightest spot of this whole film.
Yeah?
Yes,
think.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I just really wish that Gary had more character development to begin with. Like, I really wanted to see a scene before this movie started with Gary where we got to know Gary at work, you know, so that way I could follow him in.
Oh, okay. So to you, this was more about Gary himself.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was about Gary.
yeah.
Totally.
I didn't feel that way.
What, you thought it was about Tim's character?
Yeah, but then it was more about Gary.
Yeah. This was a movie about Gary. It's called Gary.
I just don't know who
The
Gary
last movie
is.
was called Gunnarson's. Wasn't about Gunnarsson.
That's true.
I don't know who Gary is, and I don't know what their relationship is like with the boss. And
funny.
I just wanted more from it.
I'm usually the one harping on lack of development, but I
Yeah.
felt perfectly satisfied that we just didn't need any more for this simple setup and punchline sort of movie.
Yeah.
You know, you could just tell Gary is the accountant and he doesn't belong in this space. So therefore, we don't need to know anything more about Gary other than that he's not where he belongs.
I just think they missed out on a lot more humor that they could have had. I think the movie could have been way funnier if they spent time developing the character out, so that way they could, you know, do like set up punchline stuff over time rather than just in the moment.
I don't feel that way, but I don't really have an argument against it.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I just would prefer that they'd go in the extreme opposite direction and make it a 45-second film.
Yeah.
Just with the one gag.
Just the
Yeah.
one gag.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like the concept was complex enough to go much further.
I think that's probably why I felt like I needed more from the beginning as a setup.
Yeah. The when you said gag, like a gag film, 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Reminded me of a film that we talked about last year.
The camera one?
No, the thumb one. Got your thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the thumb one.
Yeah.
Except that one,
Grandpa
that one was
something?
carried out really far and still worked great.
Yeah, it was. But I did like that it was just a one-hit thing, and that's all it needed.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. But the gag, the
Yeah.
joke was at the end.
was that it was Grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what comes to my mind is the one where the two terrorists take the guy hostage,
Oh, right.
and they're trying to make a hostage video.
Yeah. No,
And then
I
there's
meant
this
I meant
gag.
one that actually just worked.
Right.
The
It worked
hostage.
because I think the gag was at the end. I think that was, they didn't blow their wad early and then try to string it on.
Right.
You know, here the gag was really spent at the beginning, like the hostage one, where the terrorists can't figure out how to use the camera, and
Yeah.
their hostage actually knows cameras and teaches them how to use it for his own hostage video.
and then goes on.
And then we see more of the same for 3 more minutes, and
Right.
it's like, well, it was good the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Oh, this idea?
Yeah.
This was a good idea.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
Is production our next one?
Yeah.
Tis.
Production.
Oh, production.
Production.
I'm a producer, so this is my favorite topic.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I said you were a documentary filmmaker.
I actually wear many hats.
You're not wearing any hats.
Look at the bottom there. See, it says documentary filmmaker.
Can I change that?
I don't think
No.
so.
It's permanent.
It's permanent now.
You have to. That can be the only thing you can do now.
Do I have to start making documentaries? 'Cause I've
Yeah.
actually never done that.
Ooh.
Anyway,
None of us have ever made a film. We're not actually filmmakers.
Ooh,
no, we're just 3 cursed
people.
cult members.
Cult members.
Anyway,
This is just our regular clothes.
yeah.
Yeah, we just happen to be cursed.
Well, they breathe really well.
Yeah, this is what we wear every day.
I wear this every day.
I had what was I saying?
Production.
You're a
Production.
producer.
Production.
Yep,
You're a producer.
Allegedly.
I want to be a producer. That's from the producers, Mel Brooks. Huh? Okay. So, great location, great cast, and I dig the kids coming down the stairs in their pajamas. And I'm guessing you shot all this in one fun-filled evening.
I'm really wondering why everything was shot the way it was. Why everything was so close behind the shoulder behind people.
Hey.
Why the camera's handheld the whole time.
Talking about cinematography.
No, this is part of the production, dude.
Here's the thing.
The location that they're using. How about that?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes.
You okay with this?
Yeah.
There's always a point in the episode when Taylor puts his hood back on. And things
After that, things get a little tense.
start to get a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay, now in referring to the camera choices in relation to the production.
Yes.
So I think there's 2 parts of that. One is in planning out your production, are you doing a shot list? Are you doing previs? The other is you're hiring a guy to hold a camera,
Right.
or assigning someone to hold a camera.
Right.
Is that person bringing anything creative to the story, or
Right.
are they just hanging out?
Right. And so the idea here is that is there a predisposed shot? Was there previs at all?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. It doesn't feel like there was much.
it doesn't feel like it. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a rehearsed film or a storyboarded film.
Right.
Um,
Right. And I'm wondering why that was a choice, if that was the aesthetic here.
Yeah. Well, we judge all short films as if they're just created equal.
Right.
That's the way we do things. So yeah, you have a million reasons why things are the way they are.
Yeah. Sure.
But we've all been part of those film projects where someone says, "I have an idea. Go grab a camera."
Right.
And it's like literally comes together that night.
Right.
And,
We have a movie like that on our channel.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've made it. We've made them ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, could be something like that.
It could be. Yeah. Very much could be. Yeah. When you said we treat them all as equals, it's. Well, you said it.
Well, it's so that it could be of value to all the to us and to viewers. The whole idea is that we do this as an exercise so we all become better filmmakers.
Sure.
And so, if we just sit around and go like, well, this movie was made with a group of friends overnight during a slumber party, so let's give it a pass on everything, and we don't learn anything.
Right.
So no, all films are judged equally.
Correct.
So that being said, is there anything more to add to this production topic? I mean, the location works because it looks like a real house.
It does look like a real house.
The costumes and the people all work.
And the kid was holding a teddy bear. So
Yeah. I mean, those are real children.
that's
That's
not
true.
CGI.
No.
That's not CGI.
They went for the real thing.
They're both SAG actors too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wonder how much they were paid.
Expensive.
Yeah.
That
Jeez.
means they had to have like you have to have a medical staff and a tutor. You have to have a tutor for the children.
Catering.
Actually, that little girl was nominated for an Emmy.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think you're full of it.
Was this shot
no.
at a high frame rate?
Yeah.
at least 30. Right?
It definitely feels like 30. It might be 25.
That's another choice that always weirds me out. And again, I don't know if choices are even being made or not.
Right. But treating everything as if it is a choice.
There's very few times
Yeah, it
where
says 30 frames a second.
very few times when a high frame rate is used that it doesn't mess it up for me. It usually messes up my experience.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that contextually like kind of screws us up.
It really does. I don't want it to.
Yeah.
Because I really love the idea of playing with high frame rate stuff. I think it has a very interesting and cool look that would be fun to play with. But as soon as I see it, it's like, oh, there's something went wrong here.
You know what was funny was because of the low light and the medium shots that they were doing here, it made me feel like it was, I guess it's technically close up, made me feel like soap opera.
Mm.
Yeah, some of it did have a TV feel.
And I was kind of hoping it was going to go in that direction, but it didn't quite. But Tim kind of did.
Yeah.
He went in like this huge, what's a melodramatic kind of role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really laid it on for
Yeah,
this
I
one.
like that. I like that.
That hug is so funny.
Okay. Question time?
Questions time?
Ooh!
Ooh!
Love question time.
Viewers, this is where we start talking to the filmmaker themselves. If you would like to join us, please leave a comment in the description. That doesn't make any sense. Please leave a question in the comments below to the filmmaker. Ask them anything that you want to ask them. Sometimes they reply to us, and usually they do, and it's awesome when they do.
Yeah, and troll us, too.
Don't troll us.
Troll us.
I encourage trolling.
Kill yourselves.
We don't
That's
troll.
what we want.
Oh, we
We
don't troll.
don't troll.
We don't?
No.
Kill ourselves.
I thought we do troll.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And to the filmmaker, please answer our questions. Answer them right here so everyone else can see them.
Yes.
We love when filmmakers participate. It makes the whole process have some closure, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
All right, so let's do it.
This is Daniel, right?
Danny boy.
So for Daniel, my question is, how much of this was pre-planned? How much of this was aesthetic? How much of it was decision making? And how much was it just kind of grab a camera and just see what we can do?
Who are your influences as a filmmaker?
That's a good question.
I love that question.
It's a good question.
Love that question.
Good question.
I feel like this was made in like a matter of hours sort of film, like the one night. So how long was your shoot? What are some of the challenges you encountered? And tell us a little bit about your recording process. Answer some of our concerns about the camera work and high frame rate and all that. What exactly went on with your camera and the shots you got? And was it indeed completely intentional or accidental?
Or a mix.
Both.
And with that, we're done.
Wowzers. Thanks for sharing this film with us, Tim. And
Yes.
Daniel, thanks for making it.
Yes.
And we hope to see more work from you.
Yes. Yeah, send us more.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Uh,
how much more like talking do you think we can get away with before
Before
the
he might have fallen asleep. He might even know.
maybe does he like just feel when we're done? Like how does that even work?
I think isn't he
He's
right
just
over there?
right there. He's sleeping. I see him. He's on his throne.
Can we get out of the chairs?
We need to murder him.
I haven't tried.
I don't think you can murder a demon.
Why not? Just take a knife.
That's not a knife.
Cut his
Those are wire
fingers
cutters.
off.
This is awkward, guys, but I think this chair is actually a part of my body.